Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today we're starting a brand new unit, chapter 10. I believe this will be the last unit of this school year, so hopefully we'll be able to finish strong. I do miss you guys. I'd much rather be at school teaching you guys, but I guess this will do. If you want to pop in during the Zoom session so I can see your face, hear your voice, feel free to do so as well. No, not sorry. Siri. I didn't want Siri to come in. So today we are going to learn, I can learn the basics of exponents. Okay. So we have to go over a couple things. A power is a product of repeated factors. The base of a power is the common factor. The exponent of a power indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. So pretty much what all this means is, if you see here, this is called the base. So the base is this blue part, or just the number in parentheses. The exponent is the little tiny number that's right there, and the power is the number, the product of the repeated factors. So the power is going to be the final answer, essentially. Okay? So if I were to write this expression using exponents, it would just be, how many negative 7s do you see? I see 3. So it would be negative 7 to the third power in parentheses, right? So a couple things you have to realize. Negative 7 to the third versus negative 7 in parentheses to the third is very different. So if it's given to you in parentheses, you need to give it back in parentheses as well. Okay? This one's a little different too, right? So you're like, what do I do? Well, if I have a pi, and I have an r. How many pi's do I see? I see 2. So it's pi squared. And how many r's do I see? I see 3. So pi squared r cubed is going to be my expression. So using this, why don't you guys try it on your own? It shouldn't be too difficult. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. So now we're going to move on to evaluating expressions as well. So this is where we're going to break down the actual exponent itself. So you see how you have negative 2 to the fourth. This is not negative 2 times 4. Please do not ever think that this is negative 2 times 4. That is incorrect. Remember, it's negative 2. How many times? 4 times. So multiplying negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. I will write this out every single time until you get really familiar with it. So for this lesson, please write it out every single time. So if I were to do this, this becomes 4 times negative 2 times negative 2. Remember, you go left to right. This becomes negative 8 times negative 2. That becomes positive 16. So negative 2 to the fourth is positive 16. Notice how you would have gotten a very different answer if you did negative 2 times 4. So please be careful when you're dealing with exponents, as they are different than normal. All right, next example. So this one is different too. You see how in this one, this had parentheses, and this one doesn't, right? So remember, order of operations, you do exponents first. So this is actually negative of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, so you're going to do exponent first and then multiply in the negative afterwards. So this is why parentheses in order of operations are so important. In this one, the base is 2. This one, the base is negative 2. So notice how those are different, and you have to do them separately. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. And you get negative 16 as your final answer. So you see how this one you get positive, so you get negative, so they are going to be different. So please be careful, use parentheses when necessary, and don't use them when necessary as well. So why don't you guys try on your own? Please be careful with number 3. Your base is positive 5, right? Not negative 5. Okay, so why don't you guys work on your own 3 and 4. All right, moving on to example number 3. All right, we are halfway there. So order of operations. What do you think I do first? Remember, if you ever forget, you can use GEMDAS or PEMDAS, whichever you are comfortable with. I really don't have a preference as long as you're okay using both. So in this one, exponent first. So 3 plus 2 times. Remember, 3 to the 4th is not 12. 3 to the 4th is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You get 9 times 3, which is 27. Times 3, you get 81. So 3 to the 4th is equal to 81. Whoops, times 81. Order of operations, do I do 3 plus 2 next? No, you do 2 times 81 next. So you get 3 plus 2 times 81 is 162. How do I know that? Because there are 162 games in a baseball season. 81 games at home, 81 games away. I miss baseball, but I also miss you guys as well. 3 plus 162 is 165. Sorry about that random fact, but that just popped up in my head, and I knew you guys wanted to know as well. JK, you guys probably have no interest in that whatsoever, and that's okay. So, next example, you do exponents first. 3 cubed, you get 27. Remember, it's not 3 times 3. Always show your work. I forgot to do that. 3 times 3 times 3. 9 times 3, you get 27. So please always show your work when you're dealing with this. 8 squared is not 16, it's 8 times 8, which is equal to 64. So you have 27 minus 64 divided by 2. All right, let's do 27 minus 64 next. So if I plug it into my calculator, 27 minus 64, you get negative 37. Wait a minute, Mr. Kim, did you do something wrong? Yes, there are 2 things you did wrong there. 1, I shouldn't have to use a calculator. 2, I forgot order of operations. What do I do first? You do negative 64 divided by 2 first. Ah, silly me. So 27 minus 32. Remember, order of operations, you always do that first. You get negative 5 as your final answer. So please do not forget order of operations like I did, and please do not make the same mistake like I did. I may or may not have made that on purpose, just so that you guys are aware as well. Don't make that mistake though. Okay, but if you do, it's okay. You'll learn from it. We'll grow from it as well. When you guys try the next thing 2 on your own, remember, if you don't know what these symbols are, these are absolute value symbols. Absolute value. If you don't remember, is the distance it is from 0. So at the very end, figure out how far is my number away from 0, and that is always going to be your absolute value of the number. Okay. All right, last example. In sphering, I didn't know that was an actual thing, but I guess it is. A person is secure inside a small, hollow sphere that is surrounded by a larger sphere. Okay, I don't think I would ever want to do this because I do not like to be enclosed in small spaces. Anyways, the space between the spheres is inflated with air. What is the volume of the inflated sphere? Well, if I want to find volume of a sphere, remember, V is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed, right? I would need to find the radius. Am I given the radius of my outer sphere and inner sphere? Well, no, I'm given the diameter. Well, what's the radius? The radius is going to be 1 for my inner sphere, and it's going to be, let me use a different color, 1.5 meters for my outer sphere. So you always have to figure out radius when you're dealing with this. So now let's find the volume of my, well, I'll do outer sphere first. So my outer sphere is going to be 4/3 pi times 3/2 cubed. And so that's the same thing as, remember, 3/2 cubed is 3/2 times 3/2 times 3/2, and you get 27 over 8. So 4/3 pi times 27 over 8. Let's see if you can simplify. Yeah, look, 1, 2, 1, 9. So this actually simplifies to 9 over 2 pi, which is not bad. Well, I just want to leave it as a fraction for now. Why not? Okay. Now let's figure out my inner sphere. My inner is going to be 4/3 pi times 1 cubed. Well, 1 cubed is just 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1. So I've just 4/3 pi. So if I want to figure out how much space there is, I take the outer sphere minus the inner sphere. So I have to do 9/2 pi minus 4/3 pi. From here, I would plug it into your calculator, use 3.14 for pi. So 9/2 times 3.14 minus 4/3 times 3.14. And when you do that, I got approximately, well, 9.94 inches cubed. Oh, not inches, meters. Always take a look at my units. So that's what I got. Why don't you guys try it on your own as well? What is the volume of the inflated sphere? The only thing that's different is that the inner sphere has a diameter of 1.8. So that means the radius is what? Figure that out. And then circle your level of understanding. And then on Thursday, I will see you guys and we will do our big ideas math then. Stay safe, stay healthy. I miss you guys and hope you guys are doing well. Bye-bye.